how can I explain this without talking about my trauma? Because I don't want this to be a trauma talking channel. I don't like talking about my trauma. I think it's irrelevant. But I was so alive in those moments, and I don't mean suffering. Actually, the opposite of suffering. I was awake. I was widened.
You say the whole world
How to overcome the insanity of the world. Okay.
is a mess. What is it that you're trying to create in the world?
I'm simply saying that there is a way to be sane. I'm saying that you can get rid of all this insanity created by the past in you.
How?
Just by being a simple witness of your thought processes. That's my method of meditation. It is not a prayer, because there is no God to pray. It is simply sitting silently, witnessing the thoughts passing before you. Just witnessing, not interfering, not even judging. Because the moment you judge, you have lost the pure witness. The moment you say, this is good, this is bad, you have already jumped into the thought process. It takes a little time to create a gap between the witness and the mind. Once the gap is there, you are for a great surprise. That you are not the mind, that you are the witness, a watcher. And this process of watching is the very alchemy of real religion. Because as you become more and more deeply rooted in witnessing, thoughts start disappearing. A moment comes, there is no thought at all. You are. But the mind is utterly empty. That's the moment of enlightenment. That is the moment when you become for the first time unconditioned, sane. Really a free human
Did he say unconditional sin?
being. Really sane. First time unconditioned,
Unconditioned.
Sane.
Sane. Okay.
Really a free human being.
Oh shoot. Absolutely. That was pretty epic. We know OSHO. We know half the time he goes over our head. But just like anything, the more you listen to someone's intellect, the more you get to know him, the more you understand him, the more you can kind of gain clarity in his wisdom. Not to say that I know anything, but what I do know is that I do know that he does know a lot. He does know a lot. It's not really that wise of a quote, but he does know a lot. And I know in critical times in my life where I should probably be really f***ed up, has had some of the most clarifying moments in my life where, how can I explain this without talking about my trauma? Because I don't want this to be a trauma talking channel. I don't like talking about my trauma. I think it's irrelevant. But I was so alive in those moments, and I don't mean suffering. Actually, the opposite of suffering. I was awake. I was widened. And what was going on, it was supposed to bring me down, but it didn't in the moment. The psychological ramifications of it later on destroyed me in a lot of different ways. And the lingering things that brought into my own default mode network, or the way I wired my brain because of when you have stuff happen, you get scared in life. And when we are scared of anything, our shadows and those demons get bigger. And we're not fearless in the world anymore. We're fearful. And anyone's operating from fear, you know that your reality is absolutely atrocious. But it was in those moments where, like, there was a heightened state of awareness. You can get this in sports too sometimes when you're playing high competitive athletics. You don't have any time to think. Yeah, just a lot of good stuff here. A lot of great stuff here. And maybe he's right. Maybe there is something very mystical about this whole thing of life, and that we are the witness. That what happens to us is neither right nor wrong. It just is. And if there is no right or wrong, and that everything is just is, that's full acceptance. And full acceptance means that you cannot be you, or anything that happens to you you cannot be a victim. It happened, and it's here. And through that process of knowing that it's all here, it has to be fully accepted. And when fully accepted, then you know that there's only gain from it. There's always gain in life. Even through the most greatest travesties, there's a winning involved when you don't let it taint you, touch you, or destroy you. The only thing that's hard for me to grasp is that there's no God. I don't know his exact definition of God, but I know he's a very spiritual man interconnected with some divine spark. And if that's not God, well, that's what I call God, because I see God in this man. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. If you like these reaction videos with OSHO, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to do more. Thank you to all my awesome new people who watched this video. Feel free to hit that like button and that subscribe button. And I appreciate you guys helping build the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next one.